Hello my friends. As you can see, I'm about to show you a video on John Candy, who we lost many years ago. And I have found so much information on this that it kind of blows my mind. And I'm just going to, as I do with these when I have a lot of information, I find it easier to just kind of walk you through it and take you through my journey to finding the truth instead of trying to make it entertaining. And sometimes it's just a roller coaster of information and I don't want to miss anything. So I'm just going to show you what I got. And I've had a hunch about him for a little while, but I didn't think it was right, but it kept coming back to me. And then finally, like, it's either him or it's not. So I'm going to show you who I thought it was for a while. Luke Combs. I'm a big Luke Combs fan. I'm a country guy. I love country music. I used to hate country music, and now, well, I thought it was one of the safe spots to listen to music. But once I uncovered things about Carrie Underwood, and now my favorite country singer, who I literally think is him, well, country's not safe anymore. But I still might listen to it. But I know, this seems crazy. No way, it's him. He's been gone way too long. He's too young. But don't forget what I showed last week with how they can literally make you look 30 or 40 years younger. I mean, Kris Jenner went from 70 to looking 30. So don't dismiss this, especially once I start to show you things. It's kind of quite mind-boggling. And usually when I do these, the very first thing I do is I look for the smoking guns and I look for the physical proof and I look for the symmetry, but I've been going a different route lately. I've been looking for the truth in plain sight. I've been looking for them mocking us and them putting the clues, because they put so many clues that it's just like, sometimes it's fun to try to find these clues. And well, this is what I did. I went to his songs and I was like, well, if they're going to put clues, they're going to put them in his songs. Oh, and before we even get to the songs, I've been realizing that they love to mock us in their new names too, like Morgan Wallen. Morgan, which means great circle, which is what Dale drove in, and Wallen, and he hit a wall. So I figured they're probably going to put it in the name too, right? Well, John Candy and Luke Combs. Luke Combs. Honeycomb. You don't get much more sweet and sugary and candy-like than a honeycomb. So, on to the music now, okay? So, and I only have 7 more minutes, so I'm gonna try to go fast. The very first one, Fast Car. Okay, well, do you know John Candy is in a movie called Speed Zone, and it's about a fast car. And where the wild things are, well, one of my favorite John Candy scenes ever is this one, and see if you recognize the music. Wild Thing, Where the Wild Things Are. And I'm gonna save this one for last because it's crazy. Houston, we got a problem. Do you know that the Candyman murders just happened to be in Houston? Houston, we got a problem. This is a really easy one. 5 Cloverleaf. He was in a movie called Only the Lonely, and his name was Delbert de Clover. And Front Door Famous. Well, on to another one of my favorite John Candy scenes. Can you think of him in a front door? I sure could.
Big Bird, chase!
The Great Outdoors?
Chase!
What is he saying?
What? Big Bird, chase me!
I don't think there's any more front door famous scene than this. Okay, now this one literally almost blew my mind. Ain't No Love in Oklahoma. That song came out with Luke Combs for the movie Twisters, and I wanted to make a connection there, and you'll never believe the connection I made. First, I want you to see that song, it came out in 2024, May 16th. Now look what I found in Oklahoma just a few weeks before May 16th. Ain't No Love in Oklahoma, where a family was a murder and suicide. And it just happened to be that the murdering husband father's name was John Candy. Are you kidding me? And it happened April 22nd, just 2 weeks before that song of Luke Combs came out of Ain't No Love in Oklahoma. And John Candy just happened to be the, like, come on, people. And there's a whole list more of songs that I probably could have found more connections, but these were just undeniable connections to me to Luke Combs and John Candy. Luke Combs, Honeycombs, Sugar Sweet, and John Candy. Now let's get on to the facial stuff. I want you to just notice how both their nostrils, both their right nostrils are the bigger ones. And I don't know if those noses could look any more identical. And to the symmetry test, I mean, the eyebrow is an exact match. The eyes are an exact match. The nose is an exact match. In the mouth, his mouth is just open a little more. And just with two different pictures, even, like, look at how the eyebrows just go right over each other. And the noses are exact. The mouth's in the exact place. The eyebrows again. The chins are in the exact place. There's no denying the symmetry there. All right, now let me point out some identical eyebrows. I mean, look at that exact same straight edge eyebrow right there. And then we're going to point out the dots that correspond with them, like right there, and right there. You can see it's like just, if this were pointed in a straight line, it's just to the right. And then that one, and that one, and this one, and that one. Oh, and don't worry, there's more. These took me a long time, guys. This was hard. Like, a long time, because these pictures were not easy to find of John Candy that were clear from early 90s. So we're looking at that dot right there, and his beard corresponds with that. And then obviously those correspond, and those correspond. Thank you very much. And honestly, I haven't even gotten to what I think is the craziest part. I think John took his wife with him, and it's going to be hard to believe at first, but I think you'll see it. Here's Luke and his wife, I think soon to be wife. And yeah, doesn't look like it could even be close, right? I mean, those two couldn't possibly be these two, right? Well, do you see those noses? That hairline, the smile, but most importantly, I think the chins. I mean, look at those noses. Her nose and her nose. Those are pretty unique noses. I mean, look at those things. But of course, all this is for entertainment purposes, as you, my awakened, beautiful friends, of course know, but, just gotta say it to make sure this video stays up, hopefully, and never comes down, ever. And a whole lot of people can subscribe and see it. And guys, the one thing you could do, I appreciate you so much, but if you could ever share my subscription with people, because it just helps me, it helps you, because you'll have friends and other people to actually talk about, and it helps them wake up, because these are so much more detailed that I think they're hard to deny the truth. Anyway, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you, like, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, for being a subscriber. And hopefully this was a good video. It was a long one. All right. Much love, guys. Have a great day. Entertainment only.